This is Olivia Osgood, and you are listening to the How to Quit Working Show. I'm glad that my mommy's an entrepreneur so that we get to spend lots of time together and she gets to homeschool me.
This is the How to Quit Working Show. Jeff Steinman believes entrepreneurship is the only true path to freedom. That's why he created the How to Quit Working Show, where you'll hear stories, insights, and inspiration from lifestyle fanatics who left their soul-sucking 9-to-5 job forever. Now, here's your host, author, entrepreneur, and ultimate lifestyle fanatic, Jeff Steinman.
Hello and welcome to the How to Quit Working program. This is Heather Osgood, your host of the Friday episode of the How to Quit Working Show. I hope that you are having a wonderful week, and I'm so glad that you joined me today. I want to make sure before we have a chance to get started that you have had an opportunity to join the How to Quit Working Circle. The How to Quit Working Circle is a place where you can really just be around like-minded people just like you who are thinking about getting a business started or who are business owners and really understand all of the challenges and the successes that you're facing. All you need to do to join the How to Quit Working Circle is go to howtoquitworking.com/circle, and you put all your info in there, and you'll have access to our Facebook group, which is ever growing and a wonderful resource and outlet to join. You'll also get entered in our free video training series and be invited to any live training seminars that we are putting on. So I just want to encourage you to do that. It's a great opportunity, like I said, just to be around people who are just like you, and I hope that you will join us there. Now, today I'm going to talk a little bit about something that has been coming up over and over in my coaching sessions over the last few weeks, and I just really felt like it was something that was resonating with me and resonating with my clients enough that I wanted to share it with you. And that is this idea of, why are you playing small in your life? What are you gaining right now from not living large, living at your best, being all that you can be? I read a book this last weekend by Og Mandino called The Greatest Miracle in the World, and there's a quote that I wanted to share with you from that book because I think that it just really encapsulates exactly what it is with this idea of kind of living small and not being at your best that I wanted to share with you. Because all of us know that we can be better than we are. Oh, it is true that most humans cannot translate this hidden feeling into words, but there has been something implanted within each human being that removes him or her completely from the animal kingdom. And that something, almost a second conscious, continues to remind us that the most unexpected moments of our dull lives that we are not living up to our potential. It is only logical, therefore, that if we know we can do better and we are not doing better, if we know that we can be earning more worldly goods and we are not, if we know that we can handle a more difficult and better paying job and we are not, then we do not think very much of this failure who walks around with our name. Gradually we grow to hate that person. I just felt like that was, just such a true statement. How many times is it that we know we can do so much more? We know we can be more, but yet we don't. We don't take that leap. We don't live large. We're not living at our best. We're not living sold out lives. Why are we living these small lives when we know that we can be so much more? Why are we in these dead-end jobs when we know we have the opportunity and the potential to quit our jobs, create these wonderful businesses, and really have the life that we want and we deserve? Why are so many people out there living these dull existences when they know they can do so much more? That is a really good question and a really hard question for many people to answer. And so I just wanted to kind of dig in with that idea today. I wanted to kind of walk you through what is holding you back and how we can get you from being in this small existence into living large, living what it is that you are here what you're here to do and what you're here to be. So first, I want you to think about this idea of your passion point in life. Really just what makes you feel on fire? What gets you so excited? What makes you, just really want to be at your best and just do your best? I want you to think about that. And I want you to think, if you had to do something for the rest of your life, what would that be? So if I said you can't do anything else, you have to just do this one thing, what would you do? And if that's something that's challenging for you, if you're like, I have no idea what I would do, then I want you to start experimenting. I want you to try new things. I want you to, go on an adventure. I want you to think about maybe trying a new hobby, or, reading different kinds of books, watch different kinds of documentaries, travel to a foreign country, go backpacking, learn to sail. Do something that is totally out of the ordinary for you, and really, really try to find that passion point. Try to find that thing that you could just do forever. Another way of looking at it is, think about those times when you do something and nothing else in the world seems to matter. Like you're just really, really on point with that one task. Maybe time kind of stands still and you'll be working and you'll be so engaged in this project or this activity that all of a sudden you look up and you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe 4 hours have just gone by. It feels like it's been, 10 minutes or 30 minutes, and it's been this really long length of time. So just think about it. Think about what makes you feel on fire. Think about what makes you want to just hop out of bed in the morning because you're just so excited to get to this project or do something in particular. Finding that passion point is huge, and really, really identifying with that and knowing what it is that's going to be your driver is really, really important. Next, I want you to think about what you're really good at. There is something that you are better at than most people. And when I say that, I don't mean that you're the best. I don't mean that, you're Michael Jordan and there's no one else out there that can play basketball better than you. I just want you to think about something that you're really, really good at. What are the things that people come and say, gosh, could you help me with this project? I just can't do it. We're thinking about redoing our front yard, and we've got a friend that we know is super, super into succulents. Well, my husband spent a lot of time talking with him yesterday because we know that this guy is better at this than anybody else we know. And he's super, super passionate about it. He's so excited about it, and he's willing to share his knowledge. He also happens to have a landscaping business where he does succulent work. And there's a reason for that, because he's so into it. He could talk about these exotic succulents forever, which is crazy because, they're fun, but whatever. They're just plants. It's not my passion point. It's not what I'm good at. What are you really good at? What do people look to you with advice for? I want you to really, really think about that and connect with that, and be okay knowing that you are really good at something, and that something is what you can identify with. And maybe it's Excel. Maybe you're better at Excel than anybody else in your office. Or maybe you're really good at just having patience to solve really big problems or come up with new ideas. Just think about what you're really, really good at doing. And then after that, I want you to think about what makes you feel alive. It's super important to think about what makes you feel alive. And for me, I really feel alive when I'm hiking. I love to hike. And typically for me, about 15 minutes into a hike, it is like my whole persona changes. The only way I can describe it is I just feel this incredible openness. I feel all of these possibilities. And for some reason, when I start hiking, I just think about everything I could create in my life. And I see all the business possibilities that there are. And I think about business ideas, and I brainstorm about marketing concepts. I think about traveling and where I want to go. I think about my husband and my kids. I think about, our future together. And for me, this is just it's an activity that makes me feel so, so alive. And a lot of it for me is that I'm really close to nature and I feel very grounded at that moment. I feel very close to God, and I feel just this total connectedness with the world and who I am and my place within the world. And it makes me feel so excited and so just enthused to really take the next steps in my life. And in those moments when I'm hiking, nothing else really seems to matter because I've got this deep connectedness. And why that's so important is those moments of me feeling so alive and so on fire are what is going to fuel me to get through my day. Those moments of feeling alive are what are going to fuel me to keep pushing, to keep being at my best. And if you don't have those moments in your life, if you don't have those times when you just feel so, so alive, then you're going to live in kind of a dull, dead place. So finding that passion, finding really that place of connectedness within the universe where your place is so incredibly valuable. So I want you to really just think about what makes you feel alive. And if you are just like, I have no idea, I don't know the answers to any of these questions, and I'm not sure even how to find the answers to the questions, I'm going to give you an assignment. What I'd like for you to do is I want you to go down to the store and I want you to buy a spiral bound notebook. I'm guessing most of you have access to a dollar store, a 99-cent store, or something around you. You can get them for next to nothing. Get this notebook, and your assignment is for the next month, I want you to wake up 30 minutes early. And in those 30 minutes, I want you to complete 3 handwritten pages in this spiral notebound book of just any kind of stream of consciousness writing. And you could write things like, I don't know why I'm doing this. This seems really silly. I have no idea what to write. I'm really sleepy. I want you to just fill up that page, and you will be amazed after 30 days what comes out of you. You have so much to offer this world, and it is your responsibility to find out what you're passionate about. It's your responsibility to find out what you're really good at and what makes you feel alive. There's a quote by Wayne Dyer that I just had to share with you because I really love it. The quote goes, "Don't die with your music still inside you. Listen to your intuitive inner voice and find that passion stirring in your soul. Listen to that inner voice and don't get to the end of your life and say, what if my whole life has been wrong?" What will happen to you if you get to the end of your life and your whole life has been wrong? What will happen to you if you die and your song is still in you? That would be one of the most tragic events in your life. And so it is your responsibility to live at your best. You were created for a reason, and you're here for a reason. And that reason is for you to contribute what you have to this earth and to the people around you. And so I can't encourage you enough to think about really how detrimental it is to the world that you are choosing to live small, that you're not choosing to be your best every single day. I'm not trying to put all this unneeded pressure on you. I know we've got enough pressure to perform in our lives, but what I am encouraging you to do is I'm encouraging you to find that perfect place for you, that place where you're in total alignment in your life. And I'm guessing the reason that you're here right now is because you aren't feeling total alignment. You're not feeling like your job is working for you. You're not feeling like, going to this institution that seems totally backward and, like possibly the company culture is just totally messed up and you feel like you're really just trading your life for money. That's not working for you. And it's because it isn't you living at your true essence. It's not you being who you're created to be. And so I really want to encourage you to think about embracing that. The next thing I want you to think about is really giving yourself the permission to dream big. And that sounds so cliche and silly. And, how many times we heard dream big, dream big. But the reality is that you need to dream big. You need to create these very big concepts for yourself. And if you don't create these big concepts for yourself, you're not going to be who you should be. And, really, I want you to think about just trying to break out of these, kind of boxes that constrain us. Break out of this kind of idea that you have to be or do something that's different than what you know you're supposed to be. And with that process of dreaming big, I want you to really, just try to get out of any discouraging place. I mean, we've all been in places where we feel really beat down. We've been in places where we feel like nothing is working. We're trying so hard, and especially in business. I've got handfuls of clients who are like, why isn't this working? Why am I not getting what I want to get? And part of it is giving it time, giving your dreams time to percolate and process and really come into their own. But if you don't start with the dream, if you don't start with the intention to create something bigger than yourself, you're not going to. If your big goal for the day is you want to get through your work day and watch the next episode of True Detective, which my husband and I like, then that's just a really little goal. It's not getting you to where you really, really should be in life. How do you make that shift? How do you get yourself from where you're at, living in this discouraged place, to really seeing the possibilities, to dreaming beyond what you're, currently dreaming? So I want you to just really think about expanding that vision that you have for your life. And I want you to stop making excuses. We all make so many excuses in life. We all say, well, if I just had more money, I could do whatever I needed. If I just had a better education, I could do what I needed. If I just had that degree, then I would really be able to do what I should do. If I didn't have these kids always around me, if I didn't have these kids sucking up my time, I could do what I needed. If I didn't have this job, then I really could excel. If I weren't married to this man, I would really be successful. Or if I weren't married to this woman, let me tell you, I could really, just accomplish anything in life. Stop making excuses. They're not helping you. They're not serving you. And truthfully, they're just not true. Most of us create these excuses for ourselves that are so far-fetched. They're these kind of embers that we allow to grow and fester within us. And then suddenly we're taking all of our energy and we're really focusing on this big excuse about why we're not better, about why we're not more successful, about why we can't live our dreams or we can't find our passion in life. I want you to listen to this. I want you to think about the fact that Beethoven was deaf and he created masterpieces. Roosevelt had polio and he was confined to a wheelchair and he was one of the most successful U.S. presidents. Lincoln was born into total poverty. Helen Keller couldn't hear or see. President Benjamin Franklin dropped out of school when he was 10 years old. Can you imagine that? Think about how many people in history have been so down and out. They have had nothing, and they have had the capability of creating great success in their lives. If all those people can do it, why can't you? Why can't you? Is there an excuse that you're putting up? Is there something you're putting in this, your path, this roadblock that isn't allowing you to really break through and be what you're created to be? There's something there, and you need to figure out what it is. You need to break through those barriers and really allow yourself to live in your place of passion, in your place of flow. I want you to think too that, this isn't about being famous. It's not about being rich or being materialistic. It's not about, having more and being more. It's just about you being your best. It's about you really living the life that you were created to live. And so many of us in our culture are just not. We're not there. We're not living where we're supposed to live. And when you live kind of that life of drudgery, when you live in this place of dullness on a day in and day out basis, how tragic for you, how tragic to be there. And isn't it time to make a change? Isn't it time for you to really just capture the essence of who you are and make these big changes? And for most of us listening to this, that big change is quitting your job and starting a business. Or maybe you're a business owner and you're like, I thought this was my place of passion. I thought that this was going to be great. I thought when I started a business, everything was going to fall into place. And now I'm stressed out. I'm not getting a regular paycheck. I'm not able to find the customers I want to find. Or, maybe you're at the beginning stages of your company and you're like, I've done all these things right and nobody's buying my product. I talked to a guy yesterday and he put so much work and effort into his business and he's like, nobody will buy it and I don't know why. Well, I can tell you the reason that nobody will buy it is because something is wrong. Something is broken in the process or system. And it's just identifying that small piece to get him over that hump. And it's the same thing with your life. Right now, looking at your life, chances are there's just a couple of things that are out of place. And that when we align those things, everything is going to click for you. And you're going to find your passion. You're going to find your place of purpose. You're going to contribute to the world. You're going to contribute to the people that are around you. You're going to really make an imprint on this planet. And it's going to be a better place because you were here. And isn't that what all of us want? At the end of the day, don't you just want the planet to be a better place when you're gone? Because you know what? Mortality rate is 100%. I can guarantee it. None of us are getting through this life alive. We're all going to end up in the same place. And we each have a certain number of days that we've been given. We have a certain number of days that we're going to be alive. And that means that today is the day. You don't want to wait until next week. You don't want to wait until, a month from now or a year from now or 10 years from now. You don't want to wait until your kids graduate from high school or, until, you get that big bonus that you just know is going to be coming down the road. Today is the day. Seize the moment. We have to do this now. And if we're not doing it now, and if we're not taking advantage of our life now, we have no idea what tomorrow is going to bring. We have no idea what challenges tomorrow might bring. I'm constantly amazed by how much life is changing. Technology changes everything. Just the political scene changes everything in each country. Economics change things. There's always an ebb and flow in life. And you have to do what you need to do today and not wait until tomorrow. I want you to think about interrupting your pattern. I want you to try new things. I want you to go backpacking. I want you to, like I said, learn to sail. I want you to drive to work a different way or buy some, crazy outfit that you would never normally buy or wear. Go get some different food and create a different meal for yourself tonight. Go to try and make a new friend, maybe somebody that's maybe kind of outside your comfort zone, somebody who could contribute different perspectives or different input. Take a trip to a foreign country. Just do something to interrupt the pattern that you've created, because interrupting that pattern is going to allow you to have a chance to really think about what it is that you're doing in life and really just evaluate and consider each move, and is it the way you want it to be? We're never going to be perfect. Nothing is ever going to be just right. That's a total fallacy, but we want to move you closer to center. We want to move you to a level of connectedness, and really just digging into what that is for you is so, so important. If after listening to this, you're like, I have no idea, I think that this has created more questions than answers in me. I know I want to create a business. I know I want to do all these things and I just can't figure out how to do it. I just want you to know that I'm here for you. I've created several businesses. I've got the extreme pleasure to be working with a number of different bright, ambitious individuals right now who are just like you, who are in a place where they really feel like they want to create businesses, or maybe they're business owners, and we're walking them through this process of taking them to the next level. And if you would like that help, if you would like that assistance, if you're ready to say, what could it hurt to work with somebody and to have somebody that I'm accountable to who is going to hold my, hand to the fire and say, today's the day, do it. If you're ready for that, give me a call. I would love to talk to you. You can send me an email, heather@howtoquitworking.com, and we will schedule a time to talk. I hope that this video will help you and inspire you to really get out of that dull drudgery of a life and create something great. You were not meant to be small. You were meant to live out loud. go and do it. Talk to you soon.
Thanks for joining us on the How to Quit Working show. Tune in next time when we'll talk to another amazing person just like you who is now living the ultimate life of freedom and doing it on their terms. If you want to learn how to quit working and get these episodes delivered directly to you, visit howtoquitworkingshow.com.